welcome to Movie Reviews by South of Normal with your host, me, Michael Soren. Today we're talking about Knives Out, the sequel, I guess, not really, but it's Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. It is a follow-up. It's not really a sequel in the traditional sense to Knives Out. We're following Benoit Blanc as he's hired accidentally for another murder mystery. This time it's a murder mystery party. So this premise is he's going to Edward Norton's Glass Onion estate during the pandemic where basically anything goes, and he's hired, like, he was brought there with all these other guests who were invited there for a murder mystery dinner, and unbeknownst to them, Benoit Blanc's going to be there because he was secretly hired by someone who was murdered in real life, and he needs to prove it. And he solves the murder mystery dinner almost immediately and kind of ruins that plan. So then we're on to the next part where you're like, okay, we got like almost an hour plus movie left in this 2-hour, 19-minute movie. And you're like, what's going on now? And then they kind of start the ball moving. The person who was killed had a twin sister who was married to Edward Norton, who was laying claim that she was the creator of his whole net worth of billions of dollars. And all these people are now interconnected and linked to the murder. And it's a nice little movie. It'll keep you going. The problem with this genre is it's hard to do show, don't tell for the most part. So that's difficult because there's a lot of stuff you gotta show, and there's a lot of intrigue you gotta build where you can't just blatantly show these people figuring this stuff out. You gotta onion it, you gotta layer it, blah blah blah. Look at that I did there. So it's disappointing in that regard. You kind of know who did it once you realize after the murder mystery part's over and you realize, okay, someone was murdered. You kind of know who did it. You don't know how. Still shocked that Dave Bautista's keeps getting these kind of roles. Like, he was, of all the wrestlers out there who became Hollywood actors, okay, Rock makes sense, Cena makes sense, but Dave Bautista was just like, didn't see that one coming. So kudos to him. He does pretty good in all the roles he's assigned. Like, that's surprising to me, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. That's kudos to him. My own shortcomings aside. But Knives Out, Glass Onion, a murder mystery, it's good. They're trying to recreate because the first one that came out, it was a surprise, like what people got. And they're trying to recreate that and do it again in such a way that it's fresh, so people keep watching, but it can't be too fresh, so it makes you feel stupid. The worst thing you can do is make the audience feel stupid. And they don't do it in this, so they achieve their goal of the murder mystery without making you feel stupid. But it's just, sometimes it got a little too easy. And there was no true intrigue for a little while. Because, like, again, you figure out, okay, I know this person did it the whole time. How they did it is the part of the mystery. But I just want to know now. All this other flashy stuff. Like, yeah, it's interesting, the intertangledness they have in their lives, but I don't know. But streaming on Netflix, well worth a watch. They sneakily put it out in theaters for like a month and then put it on Netflix. They did. Like, it was very quiet. Like, it didn't make, from what I gather, it didn't make much splash. Because, like, I knew it was coming out on Netflix. I remember going to see Avatar and being like, oh, look, that's out in theaters. I thought it was a Netflix movie. They put it out for awards purposes. Mainly, they put it out for money purposes to see. Like, Netflix, I'm pretty sure, is testing the waters, or have been, if this isn't the first time they've done it, with their movies to see if they can do a soft box office release to gain some more money back because they're kind of grasping at straws. They're no longer ad free for certain plans, and they're dropping bigger movies out in theaters to recoup some money because they got to make money somehow. They got too big too fast, and You're hurting in a way. But Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, again, based on a Beatles song like the first one, it's worth a watch. It's definitely an entertaining movie. As much as I say, like, oh, I was mad I figured out who did it, at the same time, like, it was entertaining. And then it's just once you figure out, okay, he did it, how did he do it? You're just like, you start checking out, and that's just my opinion. That's just me, my shortcomings again. But check it out. Subscribe, follow along for more great reviews coming your way. You guys are awesome.